What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shireen and I make spiritually related content, how-to videos, story times, vlogs, basically a little bit of everything. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about 10 reasons I love and dislike living in Florida. Now, before we get in the video, I have to ask you already know, please take a chance to subscribe, like this video, put your notification bell on. It's a free way you can help your girl out. And let's just do it and not ask questions about it, okay? Thanks. So for today's video, I kind of tricked you, but it's okay because listen, wait, don't click off the video. I did 10 reasons total why I love and dislike Florida. I did not do 10 reasons of each. So you'll get 5 reasons why I love Florida and 5 reasons why I don't love Florida. And you're gonna be fine with it because it took a lot of energy to create it, apparently. Reflecting on my experiences training. Before I go over each reason why I love living in Florida, let me tell you a little bit about my history. I was born in Germany. I grew up in Virginia, and then I moved to Iowa for 2 years for college, and now I live in Florida. So I do have kind of a reference of other places that I've lived in to have an understanding of why I like this place or dislike this place. So numero uno of why I love living in Florida is because nature is part of the economic infrastructure of the state. And what do I mean by that? Other places that I've lived, like Virginia, make their money by tearing down as many trees as possible and putting up buildings and houses and da-da-da-da-da-da. Florida is similar but different. So in Florida, tourists come because they love the palm trees. They love the tropical weather, the tropical feel. And how do you get that? By letting trees grow. Obviously, that was a trick quiz for you. But from what I've experienced is most other places, they don't make their money by letting nature prosper. But I love Florida because they make money off of palm trees. Number 2 reason why I love living in Florida is because of the wildlife that I see on a daily basis. Now, I come from states where seeing squirrels is like more than you would want. Like, squirrels are cute and cool and all, but like not 100 of them every day, you know? It just gets to a point where there's so many. And you do get squirrels in Florida, but it's not actually that many. More so, you get iguanas, which are so cool to me. They literally change colors, like they become this bright orange, browns, and like reddish colors. They fall out of trees. They're huge, like they're so huge, and it really freaks me out, but it's so mesmerizing. That's one of my favorite things, and I can see those pretty much almost every day, depending on where I'm at in Florida. Also, I love seeing the ducks. Like, many people here view ducks how I view squirrels because I'm from states that had lots of squirrels, but the ducks are so cute to me and they're so funny, and I love seeing the little babies follow their mom, and I don't know, there's just some amazing things that I've seen with the ducks. They're so cool. I love ducks. I really love ducks. Plus, I love birds, and there's so many cool, beautiful, elegant birds here in Florida that you just see every day that would be like a treat if you saw it when you were on vacation. I've seen a few raccoons and possums, more so than I've seen in other states that I've lived in, which I love. I actually designed a t-shirt after raccoon. But you see a lot of butterflies in Florida too, which I think is really nice as well. So I love the wildlife that I see on a daily basis. I am not talking about the alligators because that I do not love, and that is on my things I don't love about Florida, but we'll get into that. So, okay, Number 3 reason why I love living in Florida. Weather consistency. This is amazing. I love Florida weather. And I just want to be unique in the way that, yes, I love warm weather, and that's a big reason why this is on my list. But my real reason is because the weather is consistent. It's predictable. You know, when you look at the weather, that's pretty much to a T what it's gonna be today. And it's very just easy to see the weather patterns. Like when it gets cloudy, you know it's about to rain, and then it clears up right away. In other states that I've lived in, it could be like cloudy and not rain, and it's just super cloudy for no reason, which means I can plan my daily activities according to what the weather is projected to be. And that is a luxury I have learned that is a luxury. The 4th reason why I love living in Florida is because of the farmers markets. This is really great for me because I'm an artist. Insert pictures of art here. And I love being around other artists, creative people, being in an environment that supports that type of occupation. And Florida is a great place to live if you're an artist. And the farmers markets are so fun and they're so plentiful. There's farmers markets in almost every single town, every single week, at least, especially during like the winter months. And not the norm in other states that I've lived in. The farmers markets are usually only 2 to 3 months, which sucks. But it gets too cold and windy, and then you can't do them anymore. So that's my favorite thing about living in Florida is I can farmer market it up every single week for like 90% of the year. Now, the 5th reason why I love Florida is kind of like 2 reasons in one, but I love the blend of activities you can do. There's lots of indoor activities and outdoor activities. So that includes restaurants. There's a lot of like cool themed restaurants around the Florida, like South Florida area and Orlando area. There's a lot of hole in the wall kind of places to go, different cultures, food. So you really get a little bit of everything here, and I definitely love that. Plus, come on, fresh seafood. This is the place to be to get it, obviously. Yeah, I've just done a lot of like unique activities because Miami is very big on the US map. So people from all over the world come here, meaning that creates a lot of opportunities for different activities you can go to. I have gone kayaking, which is very easy, cheap, popular. You can do snorkeling whenever you want. You can take diving lessons. There's just so many things to do, and that is a huge plus to living in Florida. Now let's get into 5 things that I dislike about living in Florida. Now I do want to just say that in general, I'm very happy with living here. So I did have to kind of stretch to find things that I disliked, but after doing so, I can definitely assure you these are things that I don't really enjoy about my state. Number 1, why I dislike living in Florida is honestly, and this is gonna sound a little bit harsh, but the people, okay? How do I explain this without being offensive? A lot of people in Florida like to party, and that becomes kind of the main focus of most people's weekend to do agenda. And for me, that's just not the vibe I'm on. I'm very adventurous and spiritual and want to spend time outside and like doing weird things, which is fine. And I am starting to find people who are on that vibe, which is very exciting for me. But for the most part, a lot of people like to do some extracurricular activities that I'm like not agreeing with. And that kind of pours into reason number 2 why I dislike living in Florida is because, you know, the J word is legal here, and it's just not my cup of tea. And I really feel like people can be kind of ruthless with how they use it because it is legal. So people are maybe not respectful that it can be invasive to your nose space. And for some people that is a little bit triggering, or, you know, if I live somewhere, I just want my space to smell the way that I want it to smell. Like, number 3 reason why I dislike living in Florida is speed limits. I live kind of somewhat in the city, so the speed limits on a lot of the main roads that are closer to the city are like 35, which, as you know, is very easy to get speedingness happening. I really can't speak. It's very easy to speed in a 35-mile-per-hour zone, and it just causes kind of like unnecessary traffic, even though there's not a lot of like crosswalks and like pedestrian crossing areas. So I'm not sure why the speed limit is so low. So that's kind of annoying, but I'm not complaining about the traffic because no traffic can beat Virginia traffic, let me tell you. Even during season in Florida cannot beat Virginia traffic. Number 4 reason why I dislike living in Florida is how important networking is in this state. I do feel that there's a good amount of job opportunities here. However, it is very apparent that if you know someone, you can get a job extremely easily. And this is coming from someone who doesn't have any family living in this state. Well, like, now I do, but my family didn't start off here. We didn't grow up here. So I came here with no connections, and I had to create those myself. And thankfully I have created opportunity for me, so that is great. But it is very obvious, like, you don't need to be qualified for anything. If you know someone, like, girl, you got the job. So number 5 reason why I dislike living in Florida: swamps. I mean, you knew it was gonna be on this list. Like, I love nature, but I don't love swamps, okay? I really enjoy camping, and I'm saying that as someone who has literally been camping once, but that's not the point. I love being outside in nature and just exploring the woods, you know, the trails, all that stuff. That's like one of my favorite things to do in all the states that I've been in. And let me tell you, I do not feel comfortable doing that in Florida, especially if I'm alone. Now, if I am with someone, I would do it and I would feel a lot more comfortable, but for the most part, like, Florida's like 70% swampland or something like that. I mean, I gotta look up the statistics, but there's, like, they say, assume that there's an alligator in every single body of water in Florida. Like, that's not fun, you know? So I love nature, and I love that there can be like a variety of the types of nature that's around here. But in general, like, the snakes, the alligators, and maybe a little bit the type of spiders that are out here scare me when it comes to Florida. So yeah. So that reason's actually different than what I was talking about in my reasons why I love Florida, is like the type of wildlife nature I see on a daily basis. The wildlife that you see in swampland is not the wildlife you would see on a daily basis. So I'm not a huge fan of the wildlife that kind of dwells in the shadows, so to speak. But regardless, I love living here, and I hope that if you're thinking about moving to Florida, you give it a chance, because there's something to learn from every single place in the United States. And I find a lot of value in moving to different states. So yeah, that's 10 reasons I love and dislike living in Florida. Now, I have lived in multiple states, like I mentioned before, and if you do want to see a video on 10 reasons I love/dislike living in Virginia and in Iowa, then make sure you comment below which video you would want to see next, or if you're even interested in seeing those, if you want to hear more about my personal experiences in living in different states. Thank you so much for watching my video today, and we will see you in the next video. Remember, we create this, we create our realities. You can do this. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
You mean bread and butterflies?
Oh, yes, of course.